Welcome to my channel Lenovi. Today we will going to discuss about the muscles and their nerve supply with the action of the muscles of the lower limb. All the muscles of the lower limb we will going to cover in this video, and I am gonna share about the major nerve supply, the blood supply and the major actions of the muscles of the lower limb. So starting from the muscles of the anterior compartment of the thigh that are attached on the anterior surface of the hip joint, and they are the major flexors of the hip joint. These muscles include the two group of muscles. Some of the major muscles are the anterior muscles of the thigh, while another bulk of muscle attached on the knee joint is the quadriceps femoris muscles. So first we will going to discuss the major anterior muscles or the major flexors of the hip joint. Now here you can see I have drawn a chart for you guys to be better explained. The first muscle in the anterior compartment of thigh is the iliopsoas muscle. The iliopsoas muscle is not a single muscle, it is a combination of the psoas major muscle and the iliacus muscle. This iliopsoas muscle is formed from the psoas major and the psoas minor muscle. The psoas major muscle is going to perform the function of the flexion of the hip joint, and this psoas major and the psoas minor muscles are going to attach from the vertebrae level from the T12 till the L1, and they are going to insert on the femur bone, and the major function of these muscles are the flexors of the hip joint. They are supplied from the anterior rami of the lumbar nerve because they are getting attached into the lumbar vertebrae, so they get directly the nerve supply from the lumbar nerve, that is the L1, L2 and L3 level of the lumbosacral plexus that we have discussed in a separate video. The other muscle of the anterior compartment is the iliacus. The iliacus, as the name suggests, is attached on the iliac bone, that is the ilium of the hip bone, and this muscle is going to supply it from the femoral nerve, and it is also a part of the iliopsoas muscle, that is a major flexor of the hip joint. The other muscle is the sartorius. This sartorius is the longest muscle of the lower limb, and this sartorius is running from lateral to median, and it will going to act on the two joints including the hip joint and the knee joint. The anatomy of the hip and knee joint I have discussed in a separate video. Now coming to the sartorius nerve supply. This sartorius is also going to supply from the femoral nerve, that is coming from the femoral triangle present anterior to the hip joint. And these all muscles are the major flexors of the hip joint. Now coming to the other group of muscles that are also a compartment of the anterior group of thigh, including the quadriceps femoris muscle. These quadriceps femoris muscles are forming the major bulk around the knee joint, and these include the four muscles as the name quadriceps, so they include the four muscles. The first is the rectus femoris. It is a kicking muscle and it is a long strap-like straight muscle. It is attached on the femur bone and it is supplied from the femoral nerve, as all the muscles are supplied from the femoral nerve. The three vasti muscles that are called as the vastus medialis, the vastus lateralis and the vastus intermedius are attached on the medial side of the knee joint. The vastus lateralis forming the main bulk on the lateral side of knee joint, and the vastus intermedius on the below towards the rectus femoris. That is, vastus intermedius is somewhat a deep muscle that is present deep to the all vasta and the rectus femoris. These all muscles and the vasta and the rectus femoris are going to insert onto a patella, where they are going to form a common tendinous ring, where they are formed common tendinous pathway, and from this tendon there is attachment via a patellar ligament to the patella bone, and they are forming the major aponeurosis around this around the knee joint. That's why they are called as the quadriceps femoris, and they all are supplied from the femoral nerve, that is a branch from the lumbar plexus including the L2, L3 and L4. Now coming to the muscles of the medial compartment of the thigh. So the medial compartment of the thigh include the muscles that are the major adductors or the medial rotator of the thigh. These muscles include the number one is the pectineus muscle, that is a contribution between the anterior compartment and the medial compartment. That's why this pectineus has a dual nerve supply from the femoral nerve and also from the obturator nerve. The adductor longus and the adductor brevis, having a long belly and a short belly, are going to attach onto the femur bone, and these adductor longus and brevis are also going to supply from the obturator nerve, that is the anterior division of the lumbar plexus. The adductor magnus, a large muscle, is attached on the medial side on the adductor compartment of the thigh, and this adductor magnus having a two part. The adductor part that is going to supply from the obturator nerve, while that of the second part that we call as the hamstring part is going to supply from the tibial nerve, that is a branch of the sciatic nerve. So there is a controversy in the parts of the adductor magnus and the nerve supply. While other muscles are mostly supplied from the obturator nerve, while that of the flexors are supplied mostly from the femoral nerve. So it is very easy to remember by knowing that what muscles are present in the anterior and what muscles are present in the middle compartment of the thigh. The third one is the gracilis. The gracilis is also a major muscle and the most medial muscle of the lower limb, and this is going to supply from the obturator nerve. The obturator externus muscle is going to supply from the obturator nerve, and this is present on the external side of the bone, that is a hip bone. Now coming to the muscles of the posterior compartment of the thigh. So the muscles of the posterior compartment of thigh are divided into two groups, the muscles of the gluteal region and the muscles of the posterior thigh. The gluteal region, that is the hip region or the buttocks region, is formed from the muscles of the gluteal compartment, and these muscles are forming a major bulk on the posterior side of the hip joint. Now coming to the four muscles that are the major superficial muscles of the posterior compartment of the gluteal region. The gluteus maximus is a major maximus muscle and forming the maximum mass of the gluteal muscles, and this muscle is going to supply from the inferior gluteal nerve. This is also a branch from the lumbosacral plexus. The gluteus medius is going to attach on the medial side of the trochanteric fossa of the femur, and this is going to supply from the superior gluteal nerve with the innervation of the gluteus minimus. These medius and the minimus are going to attach on the trochanter of the femur, and these two muscles are going to supply from the superior gluteal nerve, while that of the maximus is supplied from the inferior gluteal nerve. The tensor fasciae lata is also going to supply from the superior gluteal nerve, as same as the gluteus medius and the minimus. Now coming to deep muscles that are present deep towards the gluteal region, include the piriformis muscle is supplied from the S1 and S2 rami, and the nerve to the obturator internus will going to supply the obturator internus muscle. The obturator internus muscle is going to present on the internal side of the obturator muscles, and they are attached on the part of the iliac crest, and mostly they are attached on the sacral region. They are arising from the sacrum and they are going to attach on the femur bone. The superior and the inferior gemelli are present superior and inferior to the obturator internus muscle. The superior gemelli is supplied from the same nerve that supply the obturator internus, while that of the inferior gemelli will going to supply from the nerve that will going to supply the quadriceps femoris muscle. So the inferior gemelli is going to supply from the muscle nerve that is going to supply the quadratus femoris muscle. The next muscle is the quadratus femoris, and this quadratus femoris muscle is going to supply from the quadratus femoris nerve, that is separate nerve for this muscle is also coming from the lumbosacral plexus. And these all muscles of the gluteal region are mostly the abductors and the medial rotators of the thigh, and they are also the extensors of the hip joint. So the last part that include the muscles of the posterior thigh that are present below and inferior to the muscles of the gluteal region. These include the three muscles, including the semitendinosus, that is a tendinous muscle attached on the posterior compartment of the thigh, and the semimembranosus is a membranous muscle attached on the thigh, and they are both attaching on the tibia bone and attach on the condyles of the tibia, on the medial condyle of the tibia and on the superior surface of the tibia as a pes and serine part of the tibia. The bicep femoris having the two heads, the long head of the bicep femoris and the short head of the bicep femoris. The long head of the bicep femoris, the semitendinosus and semimembranosus are supplied from the tibial division of the sciatic nerve, while that of the short head of the bicep femoris is supplied from the common fibular nerve, is also a branch of sciatic nerve. These all muscles are also called as the extensors of the hip joint plus the flexors of the knee joint, and they are mostly present on the posterior compartment of the hip joint. So this was general explanation about all the muscles of the thigh, and I have covered all the muscles including the anterior compartment, the medial and the gluteal and the posterior compartment of thigh. In the next part of the video, we are going to discuss the muscles of the leg and the muscles of the foot. I hope you will explain well. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.